so close, but now you're nowhere to be seen. I'm loving you, but can you feel me? Through my voice, through my heart, heavy now, can you feel my pain? Not once, not evermore, I'll feel your touch no more. Is this a lie, just a bad dream? No, I can't go on, no, there is no way. All alone I find myself in this world. How will the sunlight feel? What colors will rain around me? It's as though I cannot breathe anymore. So lonely, this melancholy I never knew. No, such a foolish time we would spend in our world, blinded by righteous ways. How fortunate to feel liberty. And although we thought we'd seen everything, it was only an illusion that had to end. No, I'm calling out, but can you hear me? I'm asking why, here's my song, but I'm singing it through my tears. We'll feel forever
Hello again, ARKS. Welcome back to ARKS Hour. Community Management Coordinator G-Wiz of the Stars here, back for ARKS Hour, Episode 4. I call that Blue Burst, and if I see Dark Falls, I'm gonna put them in a hearse. And of course, I am joined, as always, by GM JJ Dragon. GM JJ Dragon, say hello to the good folks at home.
Welcome, everyone. It's me again, GM JJ Dragon, back for another episode of ARKS Hour, Episode 4 here. And if you notice, this was only a 2-week gap since the last episode. So yeah, we've been kind of rushing to get this one out for everyone. But wait, why did we only do 2-week gap? Is there something important to talk about?
I don't think there's anything important happening in the world of PSO2 this week, is there, JJ Dragon?
Yeah, no, I don't think there's much to talk about. So I think this will be a shorter episode. So yeah, just not too important.
Nothing too important. Wait a second. I think we have something to play. Let's take a look.
What's that? What?
Now the frantic battle starts to feel alive. Disordered time fades in the dark. There is an absence of the light. Before you blink, everything is wiped out into the office. They have come for all the sweet to eliminate us. It is the time to passion back. Whatever it takes to try again. We can't just go back now, and this is our fate. So many meetings, battles and partings, so much joy, love and sorrow. Struggle, between hope and despair. Where we can find this belong together. Now we unite, save the world. This will be the last moments of our lives. No matter how devastating attack that comes. Now we all unite, save the stars. Gotta put the past that lingers behind. There might be a future you will see later on. Now that we know, now that you know, into the spotlight that you want. They won't take away those within us. My life is hard, will win, no after battles. My life will win, with bigger space. Gotta hold a world with them in our mouth forever.
Of course, we have a lot to talk about. Episode 6, coming out tomorrow. Super excited. So much to talk about, and just a lot of content we need to get through. So yeah, this is gonna be good.
It's going to be a jam-packed episode. And Episode 6, that's not all. We also have the ARKS Holiday Event to talk about today. It's a Yuletide haul of content. So look forward to that later in the show.
It is the holiday season indeed. So let's get into some of the things we're going to be talking about. Of course, we will be getting 2 new Scion classes, Phantom and Etoile, in Episode 6. So we're going to go through some of those photon arts that they use and just talk about the classes a little bit.
Certainly. And like I mentioned, we're going to have more information on the holiday event coming up here in just a little bit. So look forward to holiday-themed fun.
And of course, a new urgent quest we'll be talking about as well. And a few new little quest updates that we'll get into later on.
Of course. And don't forget, it wouldn't be ARKS Hour without fantasy fashion news. And I heard we have a guest that may be a little bit relevant to that segment today. Is that true, JJ?
It is. We have a very special guest joining us later on in the show. You may know her from the Sonic team. MiniKitty will be joining us to talk a little bit about what she has going on with PSO2 and all that stuff. So look forward to that as well.
That's right. We've got MiniKitty live in the studio. except we're work from home right now, so live in the the webcams. But later in the show, of course, we will have letters from ARKS, and if we have some time, we might take some Q&A from the chat as well. So what do you say we get right into it, JJ?
Let's do it. So, of course, with episode 6, we need to talk about the story, because that's what episode 6 really is. It's the continuation of the story. So let's look a little bit in here.
Got a story trailer today, and I've got a synopsis of the story here. They told me to read it in a dramatic voice, so I can do that for you if you'd like. I don't know.
Go for it. You know, it's this is episode 6. We're pulling out all the stops. So really quick before we get into that.
In a world. No, just kidding. The battle at the ultimate dimension Omega was victorious. Then a gigantic black hole appeared in Oracle, causing Earth's universe to be extinguished. Oh, by the way, there may be some spoilers in here, so I apologize.
Spoiler alert! If you haven't finished episode 5, maybe mute this part until the episode 6 story is out of there. So yeah, you can continue.
Suddenly, the goddess of annihilation, Shiva, appears at the ARK ship and shows off her superior powers before declaring war against the universe and ARKS before leaving. The photons that were used against her weren't even effective. Finally, the final...
Not effective.
Not effective. No, they weren't. Finally, the final armada appears in front of the Oracle fleet with the goal of destroying the Oracle and the universe as well. Thus begins the most massive battle for ARKS. That means you. So, all of you ARKS out there, look forward to that. Spoilers are over.
Indeed. So one thing I really like about episode 6 is it feels like a team-up, final episode where all of the characters we've met have met up to take on the final battle here. So I also really liked the sitcom style intro, like name pop-ups for each character. That was great.
Absolutely, everybody is here, truly, and I really like those floaty chairs they got in that room there. I think that's one of the emotes that came out recently, but yeah, everyone's looking good. The ARKS have had their arcs, so to speak. And this is the, the big conclusion story we're working with here. So, very exciting.
And Risa, doing Risa things here.
Looking very Risa-like, of course.
We love Risa.
We love Risa.
All right, so that was a little sneak peek into the episode 6 story. So yeah, definitely check that out tomorrow.
Look forward to it. And that's not all.
That is not all. Let's talk a little bit about some of the new additions to your characters that will be coming in. The level cap will be increasing to level 95.
It's 5
so
whole
if you've
levels.
leveled all of 5 whole levels, and it's only 5 levels, but it is quite a lot of XP for each one. So if you leveled all of your classes at level 90, you're just chilling. Now you have 5 more levels to get through. As well, if you think the game's a little bit too easy right now, it's you're just breezing through it. New difficulty, Ultra Hard, will be getting added, and Ultra Hard is quite a step up in difficulty, I have to say.
It's Ultra Hard.
It is Ultra Hard. Extremely Hard is more like extremely easy. Ultra Hard is a real challenge, I must say.
Without a doubt, and there's a whole lot more, isn't that right?
There is. So we talked a little bit about adding new quest types. I wouldn't say it's a new quest type, kind of is. We have a new addition, Risk Explorations will be added, which are more just like your normal explorations and expeditions. However, they are ultra hard only, and the drops in them will be very good and give you a lot of high-level weapons that you might want to look into. So yeah, definitely check that out as well.
Definitely. Some of the most challenging times for the ARKS are still ahead of us. And again, that's not all. We have a whole lot more to show you. I think next up is the collection sheet. Is that right?
Yes, collection sheets will be getting updated in episode 6. And you can, just straight up, if you don't have a 15-star weapon yet, you can get them from collection sheets here. We have the Croesus series, and they are just straight up 15-star weapons, plus 30. So if you're looking to get one of those, just pop up in that collection sheet and start filling it out.
Very cool. You got a get equipped for episode 6. That's what I would do if I were you. I mean, you can try running through with old gear, but let's be real here. You're going to need fancy new things to complete these quests.
For sure. And a lot of you have been, over the past couple months, been accumulating all of your Rising Weapon Badge 4s. Well, now there are Rising Weapon Badge 5s.
Let's take a look here.
Yes. And of course, the badge shop will be updated. And a great thing you can get from this are novel weapons. So a lot of you might know novel weapons. They are a 15-star weapon series, which is very important for the new Zig weapons that are getting added, which we'll take a look at in a bit here. So yeah, just like Rising Weapon Badge 4s, you'll need to get 100 Rising Weapon Badge 5s to get your novel weapons. And they will be only plus 30 max grind cap, so you will need to get 6 of them total if you wanted to get it to plus 35, of course. And yes, as I had mentioned, Zig's shop has been updated. So if you've been grinding out and getting your Trailblazer weapons, well, there's a whole new weapon for you to get very quickly here. We have the Revalet series, very top tier weapons, and you do need the novel weapons to get these, so that's how those two things kind of relate.
Very cool, very cool. And of course, we have some new classes to talk about, isn't that right?
We do. Yes, I saw in the chat. Ravioli series, yes.
Exactly.
That's the series, new series coming out.
Ravioli is coming to PSO2.
So, let's talk about what everyone wants to see. The 2 new classes, Phantom and Etoile. So before we get into the PA video, a couple things. These are 2 new Scion classes, much like the Hero. So if you haven't unlocked any Scion classes yet, you do need 2 75 level classes to unlock them. And then you'll be able to pick between any of them. So a couple things with the Phantom. The Phantom can use the Katana, the Rifle, and the Rod. So let's say you are a Braver player and you have a really good Katana. It'd be pretty nice to switch to Phantom and just keep going with that. And the Etoile uses double sabers, soaring blades, and wands. And let's get into a couple of their PAs here. And by a couple of their PAs, I mean all of them.
First up, we got Phantom. Welcome to the PA Showcase.
Let's take a look at Phantom. So first we'll be looking at the Katana here. And first of all, I just have to apologize to all of the German viewers out there, because I will be 100% butchering the names of these PAs.
We don't come up with the names, all right?
No.
We just tell
so
them
really
to you,
quick,
directly to you. So
one cool thing about the Phantom is its weapon action, which, if you notice, will make this white circle appear around the character. And if you use a certain PA, normally it'll do the PA. But if you have the white circle, it'll do an alternate PA, even if you're using the same button. So really, each PA for the Phantom is 2. So let's get into a couple of them here. First, we have the Schmetterling, in which you will dash forward, slash a bunch. And the weapon action version, you'll do this sliding attack. Next, we have the Folterzeit, which will do these slashes in place in the air. And the weapon action version, you'll do this slide back and attack all enemies behind you. Also getting you out of trouble if you're in a tight spot. Next, we have the Wolkenkratzer. You'll slam your katana down, do a big area of effect attack around you. And the weapon action version is this kick that does a good amount of damage right down at your enemies. And lastly, we have the Rosenschwert, a very high damaging PA, which will do this fade back into stab. And then with the weapon action, you'll create this dimensional slash type attack that'll just linger there and deal damage to your enemies. And now let's get into the rifle. So just a couple basic attacks here. Your standard 3 attack sequence. And let's get into the first. The weapon action. You'll shoot these 3 prisms that will damage your enemies. And of course give you that white circle, which can alter your PAs. We have the Kugelstrom, in which you'll do this rapid fire shots, good for AoE. And the weapon action version, you'll do this piercing shot, does a good amount of damage. Next we have the Nachtangriff, in which you will throw out one of those prisms and shoot it, doing AoE damage. And the weapon action version, you'll shoot these two blasts that are pretty good. And we have the Verbrenchen, which you'll do this fade back attack, and with weapon action you'll actually constantly shoot prisms at enemies. And lastly we have Strafe, and the weapon action version for this is very cool in that it'll create this field, and if any enemy that enters that field will be stunned and damage will be dealt to it. And lastly we have the Rod. I know it looks like a scythe, but it is actually a rod. This is just a weapon camo.
It's a rod.
And it's interesting using a rod as like a melee type weapon, but that's kind of what the Phantom does. And the weapon action here shoots a little attack, and the first PA we have the Schwarzkatze. You'll shoot this. You'll do these slashes to your enemies, and the weapon action version another projectile. Oh, this one's tough. We have the Massenwirktentongs. Yes, totally. That's how you pronounce that. And if you hold the weapon action, or if you hold the PA, it'll charge up and do AoE damage, and that ball will actually do AoE damage. And the weapon action version will create this ring around you, on which you can walk around, and it'll damage enemies while doing actions.
We're calling that the social distance circle over here at ARKS Hour. This is
yes,
how you keep the enemies at bay, you know.
Exactly. If you're worried about the social distancing, just activate that, and 6 feet, everything will get damaged. And next we have the Rufkonzert, in which you will teleport to your enemies, teleport back, all that great stuff. And lastly we have the Eisenflugel, which you'll shoot out this almost talus-like projectile in which you can cast techniques on, and the Phantom can use techniques. So that's very nice if you want to attack with techniques from range, and the weapon action version will shoot this ball that will pulse and do damage to your enemies. Alright, rapid firing through this.
Time
this
for Etoile.
Etoile, indeed.
Etoile.
So let's look at the Etoile's first weapon, the Double Saber. And you'll notice Etoile is a bit more floaty than the Phantom, but also very fun. So the first PA we're going to look into is the Saber Destruction PA, in which these light swords will basically surround you for a bit, and you'll do the slash. And one thing with the Double Saber with the Etoile, if you hold forward and then do the PA, it'll do an alternate PA. So as you can see, I'm holding forward, and the PA has changed a bit in that you'll go forward with these light swords around you, and you'll do damage for that. Let's talk about the weapon action. You'll just do this little backdash, but if you time it correctly, you'll start doing these little slashes that you can keep going with. Let's talk about the next one. Celestial Collide. I'm so glad these are much easier to pronounce. You'll do this, you'll create this light sword, and you'll do this big single hit. And if you hold forward, you'll slam down and do the same thing again. And next we have the Absolute Quasar. Very good AoE PA. All enemies around you will take all of the damages. And if you hold forward, you'll do this dash, and you'll do the same thing after that. So a good way of closing the gap. And lastly, for the Double Saber, we have the Shooting Star, in which you'll shoot these swords of revealing light, you could say, at your enemies, and deal damage there. And if you hold forward, you'll do this slash and go in the air and do the same. And of course, all of this footage is taken on a test server as well that we have. And one thing with the Double Saber, if you dash twice and hold the button down, you'll do this glide. And if you jump in the air, you can glide down. Very reminiscent to something that might be coming into the future. Who knows?
It's kind of like ice skating.
Yes.
'Tis the season.
Indeed, very much so. So let's talk about the Soaring Blades. So the Soaring Blades, a bit more straightforward here. The first PA, the Light Wave, you'll do these triple slashes, and you'll shoot these little light blades to your enemies. So good for projectile, or a good projectile if your enemy's far away. Let's talk a little bit about the weapon action. You'll see these two swords surround the character, and it'll actually block any incoming attacks when that's up for a very brief period. But the cool thing about it is you can use it while you're attacking. So you can just keep going on attacking and block at the same time. The next PA here, the Radiant Sting. You'll dash towards your enemies, slashing all enemies you go through. The Vertical Flow, you'll jump vertically, of course, and slam down with your swords. And lastly, for the Soaring Blades, we have Distortion Pierce. You will stab your enemies twice and split them in half very violently.
Rated M for mature. Don't forget,
this game is rated
very
M for mature.
violent.
Very high damaging PA, a bit slow. And this is the weapon action. If used correctly and properly with your focus gauge, you'll do this big finishing move. Very high damage. I love that. And lastly, let's talk about the wand. This is a wand, not a sword. Once again, the weapon camo. So you use the wand kind of like a melee weapon here with the basic attacks. And the first PA is the Prism Circular. And one thing with the wand that you notice, similarly with the Phantom, you get the white circle around your character. And if you hit the weapon action button, you'll do a slightly altered version of that PA.
It's all about timed hits. This guy knows about timed hits. You better watch out.
Of course, get those perfect attacks. So here's the weapon action here. It heavily relies on your focus gauge, and you'll do this little shield. And if you do an attack after, you'll shoot this little fireball out. Very nice for that. The next PA here is the Black Hole Rapture. You'll suck in all enemies, and all these explosions will happen. It's really cool. Very good for team play as well.
They call it a black hole, but there's a lot of colors there, so I mean...
Look, I mean,
that's what they call it.
It's fun. It functions like a black hole. We got the
Black
glitter
hole
stripe here. You'll jump in the air, do this AoE attack down at your enemies, and if you do the weapon action version, it'll do this little more concentrated version. It has more damage. And this is my favorite one, the Luminous Flare. Just straight up laser beam. You can control it.
Everyone loves
very
laser
fun
beams.
to use. And the weapon action version will shoot this little shotgun blast that does a lot of damage. And those were the PAs. And
Rapid fire.
Let me know in the chat right now, which one are you more excited for, Etoile or Phantom?
Let's hear it.
I love both. So let's see in the chat. Let's see what you guys are excited for here. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of Phantoms. I can see that. Phantom's very cool. As Phantom, you can be... It's very similar to being a storm, I would say, and you can approach your enemies. Yeah, so Phantom's great.
Definitely. I've heard that the Etoile might be the class of choice for people who like magical girl anime and stuff like that. Can you confirm, JJ Dragon?
Yeah, Etoile, very, very floaty. Feels very different, and the classes do feel very different, but they both feel amazing to play. And they're both really fun. I suggest checking both out if you're not sure.
Why not? Might as well. Well, that was a lot of episode 6 content. We heard your feedback loud and clear. Y'all wanted some episode 6. We got you some episode 6. So look forward to it. Everyone's excited to play it. I know I am too. But that's not all. We have some more content to show you today. I think it's time to move on to the ARKS Holiday Event. What do you say, JJ?
Yes, it's the holiday season, and we are here to give the ARKS all of their holiday wishes. So yeah, holiday event. Let's get into it.
May all of your holiday wishes come true, ARKS, because it is time for the ARKS Holiday Event. Experience holiday-themed activities with special rewards, client orders, and more. And to celebrate, we've got 3, 6, 9, 12. I think that's 13 Rappies in total on screen. That's a new high score for ARKS Hour. 13 Rappies on screen at a time. And of course, as per usual, your girl Zia is back in the shopping plaza. Go up to Zia, give her a chat for some special client orders, and maybe get some special items as well. I've been told here you can expect a snowman cannon. It's shaped like a snowman, and the head flies off when you launch it, so pretty cool. And then there's the Omega Cockatrice head, which is scary cute, and it has, I've been told here, big chicken energy, so look forward to that.
Big chicken energy.
That's right. And of course, there's a new bingo card for this event. So let's take a look at that right here. Several different items coming with the bingo card. Just to name off some of them, we've got the, I'm going to try to pronounce this right, the Harmonizer Nakai, which is a stuffed reindeer puppet. We got the Evolution Device Santa Rappy. We've got the Caraboom, that's a weapon camo, and a cute reindeer at the same time. We've got an Evolution Device for Caribou. We've got the Rappy Sack. We've got the Carol with Tithia, I believe. We've got a lot. So look forward to all of that. And, you know, bingo card, Zia, that's all good. But it wouldn't be another holiday season, of any holiday for that matter, for ARKS without a new urgent quest. Isn't that right, JJ?
Of course. New urgent quest. And I gotta say, out of all the holiday urgent quests, this one might be my favorite.
I agree.
For the sheer amount of amazing drops you can get. And this one is Christmas on Ice. So you'll be going through the tundra a bit. And the objective of this urgent quest is to obtain as many quest points as possible, as quickly as possible. In this case, 999. And much like the Halloween urgent quest, you can run this over and over again as much as you want. And I'm excited to see how many runs some alliances can get through this one.
Perhaps some speed runs. We're looking for your Christmas on Ice any % run, so definitely send in your videos. If you're a clever ARKS, you may notice here that we do have a special guest running the quest with us. Of course, that's Sakrin. You may know Sakrin from ARKS Hour, playing a producer role on this episode. So definitely give a shout out, Sakrin. If you're in the chat, please say hi to everyone. But I would say this was a pretty fun run. You know, right there we're fighting 2 rock bears. When I started PSO2, 1 single rock bear was a challenge. So this quest is pretty nuts, wouldn't you say, JJ?
I would. There's a lot of variety of enemies you can fight in this one. And another thing to mention is that tomorrow when this comes out, Ultra Hard will also be coming out. So at the same time with this urgent quest coming out, there's going to be quite a big difficulty increase. And all of you who have like level 90s and all that, it'll maybe a bit challenging at first.
Here's the fun part. The most fun part, I should say, of the urgent quest here. You got Santa Umbra, gives you a smack. And when he gives you that smack, what do you get, JJ?
So yes, Umbra Claws here will smack you and give you some rare drop boosts. And so if you want better drops, you know, let him do it. And just a little tip about this: if you haven't seen Umbra before, you actually want him to attack you.
You do.
And don't be like one of my fellow employees who was testing this and attacked him for like 10 minutes, and he was like, this thing isn't dying. What's happening?
We got Joker
health
there on screen there, reminding me a bit of Christmas Nights on Sega Saturn. And if any of you remember Christmas Nights, that very, very unique demo disc, please tell us in the chat. We'd love to see support for Christmas Nights. And guess what? Christmas Nights music will be featured in this urgent quest, so definitely pump up the volume whenever you're running this quest here.
Indeed. Yeah, and I guess just talking a little bit more about this urgent quest, the drops are really great. And on the Japanese servers, actually, this is where I got my first 15-star weapon drop. And this, I was pretty excited. And we'll look into later which one that was, actually. But yeah, this is a fun one.
Definitely. So be sure to get your friends together, experience the holiday season together, running this very special urgent quest. There's some pretty formidable foes, I would say, in this one. I found this to be very difficult. I actually had to call, when we're capturing footage for this, I had to call backup from JJ here and Sakrin, because I was not able to solo it, let me tell you. Definitely bring some friends and bring your A game. Maybe your B game and your C game as well, too.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm playing Etoile and Phantom in this video. Don't have too much experience with them, so I'm just kind of doing attacks, trying out the PAs. It's really fun, and definitely look into it later on.
Definitely. We got some fancy gameplay here from JJ Dragon. And let's take a look here. The
Sure.
end lobby, I think, is really, really cute because there's this big Christmas tree. So bring your friends, take a cute screenshot, look back on it. Holiday seasons to come. Good feelings all around. It's going to be a great time with the ARKS Holiday Event. I'm very, very excited. All right. So, a new urgent quest. All this episode 6 content. I think it makes sense that we need some new weapons to use during this time, wouldn't you say?
Yes, so many new weapons to
Let's
look
take a
at.
look
Let's take a look here. Yep. We have the Anakate's Cyan. And these, of course, are all weapons from Risk Explorations, the new urgent quest, and we're just looking at a few of them. These are all actually 14 and 15 star weapon drops. We have and I'm going to pronounce these perfectly, of course, the Ceres Desuro Zara and the Ceres Evantos Zara. Yep. And these are all weapons that the Phantom and Etoile can use, so we're just showing those off a little bit. So this was actually the first 15 star weapon drop I did get on Japanese servers, the Pride of Suzaku. Soaring Blades for my Etoile. And we have the Resonant Talme as well. Looking great. And, of course, the Yasminkov 5000S 15-star rifle. Yasminkov, always a great series of weapons.
All right. Those are some good weapons, wouldn't you say?
They are very good. All right.
We've got one more thing to show you as far as new content goes. A wise man once said, all that glitters is gold. Well, we have found something even better. That's right. Get this. A Rainbow Tokyo quest.
Indeed.
Now, fair warning, disclosure, this is coming later. So keep your eyes and ears peeled to PSO2 social media networks for more information on this. But JJ, maybe you can tell them a little bit about what they're saying here.
Yes, this won't be out immediately tomorrow when that update comes out, but during episode 6, these Tokyo Rainbow Keys will be available. So if you're leveling up and you're thinking, wow, these Tokyo Gold Keys are not, I want more. I want more XP. Well, here we have Tokyo Rainbow Keys, and it's just like Tokyo Gold Keys, except it just keeps going. More enemies, more XP. And if you notice here, a lot of the enemies have these spread bombs on them. And if you use them, they'll explode. And of course, all footage is taken on test servers. So if you see any hiccups, there's definitely, this footage is not on live servers, of course.
Yeah.
And the final enemy, the final EXP dog here, doesn't just die in one hit. You actually have to destroy those orbs on his head to actually damage him. So just a little bit of strategy involved there. But he gives a lot of XP. And yeah, Tokyo Rainbow Keys definitely help you out getting all your classes to 95.
All right. Well, that's a whole lot of new content. But the fun is not over. I think it's time we might, welcome our special guest. What'd you say, JJ?
Let's do it.
All right, y'all. So y'all are familiar with the Sonic Twitter. You may know her already, but we are super excited to welcome on our special guest. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Something like that. Da-da-da. MiniKitty. Hello, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Hi, thank you so much for having me on.
Hey, thank you for being on.
Oh, it's so good to be here.
We're happy to have you. Of course, I'm sure you're familiar with this whole streaming thing. We're only on episode 4 right now, but perhaps you could tell us a little bit about yourself and your relationship with Sega, perhaps for those people who may be unfamiliar.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do work for Sega, but I work on the Sonic the Hedgehog brand. I'm the associate social media and influencer manager, so I handle all of Sonic's social media channels. If you see Twitter, I help manage that. And I also help co-host our own live streams on the Sonic side, which we just had our last stream of 2020 last week. So I'm very glad that I get to see everyone one last time on here. So yes, thank you again for having me. And hello, hi everyone. Why is everyone saying doo-doo? No, I'm kidding.
Wait. What?
Why are you
a
saying
second.
that?
Wait.
Is it...
Oh my god.
Oh,
whoa,
I didn't even notice. He was just standing there.
He's just sneaking. He was just creeping.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Well, we'll see if we can deal with him a little bit later. But
yeah, I might call somebody. Hold on.
Well, we know that you know, are our go-to Sonic person, but I understand. We've played together. We've played PSO2. A lot of people out there may not know that you are a PSO2 player yourself. What's your history with the game?
So PSO2 is actually my first Phantasy Star game. I remember seeing the original game way back in the day, and I didn't really know what it was, but I was like 10 or 11, and I knew it was an online game, and I was like, I don't want to play an online game alone. I'm scared. I'm a kid. So I kind of missed that. But I actually went out and I got an Xbox specifically for the closed beta for PSO2, and I have been somewhat addicted ever since. We don't have to get into specific details, but I think I'm in the 4 digits in number of hours played. I play a lot.
So you are a fan of PSO2. We could say that?
A little bit, yeah. Just a little bit.
But there's something important I want to note there is that you never played the original Phantasy Star Online, but you are super into PSO2. For those of you watching out there today who maybe have not played PSO2 yourself and are not familiar with maybe any Phantasy Star game, now is as good a time as ever to jump in. You don't need any prerequisite knowledge. If you want to play PSO2, just jump online. You'll find all sorts of players who can help you out. But I guess that brings up the question then, what class do you play, and are you excited for those 2 new classes, Phantom and Etoile?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. So I've been a Force Tector main since day 1. So when I saw the new classes, Phantom, at first I was like, this seems like a natural progression from Force, and I'm so excited for that. But then seeing that Etoile gameplay, it looks just so elegant. It looks like you're putting on a performance with every battle.
Definitely.
So I probably am still going to start with Phantom, but I do want to check out Etoile as well.
Very
Etoile,
cool.
so graceful, I have to say.
Looking forward to all sorts of screenshots. Looking forward to all sorts of fancy gameplay and your fancy outfits. I've seen you, ARKS. You have some fancy outfits. And speaking of outfits, that's one of the reasons why we'd asked you to come on the show today. There's been a certain something lately that may be relevant to you. There's a Tails collaboration pack releasing. How excited are you?
I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm just kidding. Tails is probably my favorite character in the Sonic series. So when I heard there was a Tails collab pack, after seeing the Sonic one, I got so excited. And like, oh, it's so good.
All right. Well, tell you what, let's waste no time. Let's get right into it. And of course, that means time for my favorite segment. Of course, I'm talking about fantasy fashion news. And by God, that's Tails music. My goodness gracious. We today have got the Tails collab to show off. Of course, what you're hearing right now is Believe in Myself, Tails theme from Sonic Adventure 2, composed by Jun Sonoy, friend of the show. But let's get right into it and take a closer look with the Tails collaboration pack. You can dress like Tails from the Sonic series. All right, so right here we've got the best boy, Tails. It's kind of like the inverse of a Fursona. You got like the human version of Tails here, looking good. Of course, we've got male and female variants. As the Sonic Twitter said, if there's Sonic Man, this is Tails person. Isn't that right, Minnie?
It's so true. Like, if Sonic Man had a best friend, this is what they would look like. I am absolutely convinced.
I personally think it's canon, but, you know, that's up for debate. Anyway, so male and female variants. And, of course, we also have 2 hairstyles, and I use hair in quotations because one's clearly a helmet. But we have that Tails helmet. We've got this hair here. It's kind of like the little frills of hair Tails got on his head. And, of course, we're going to have a mask there, Tails Mask B. That's a good-looking Newman. I wonder who that is. Also, we're going to have a couple of weapon camos. We've got the wrench here. Very much reminds me of like Sonic Boom, that game. And then, of course, we have, this is my favorite here, the Sonic Ring. That's a Talus camo. And when it hits the enemy, it makes the ring sound from the Sonic game. So really, really fun.
I love that. The wrench is massive. I love
Pretty
that so
big.
much.
All right, but that's not all, right? There's more. We've got, it comes with various other items, but we do have a couple of emotes to show you as well here. Let's take a look here. Raw reactions, Minnie. How do you feel about these emotes you're seeing on screen?
Oh my god. My poor Tails.
There you go. So you can lose your rings and fall down. You can also do this right here. It kind of reminds me of like the walk animation from Sonic Adventure 1 for Tails.
Yes.
May have been inspired by that. Hard to say. But yes, all kinds of new Tails-themed goodness coming to Phantasy Star Online 2. We're going to be seeing a whole lot of Tails. in the shopping plaza in the gate area. We're going to be seeing 2 tails, and we're going to be seeing people as tails. So look forward to that. And that is not all.
I'm definitely going to be in that Tails outfit. Also, lots of good boosters for those new classes.
There you go. We got to get that. All right. Now, if you were keeping an eye on our social media this morning, you may have seen something about this, but let's talk about it again right here. Of course, I am talking about the Ultimate Trinity AC Scratch. Looking good there. More edgy fashion from my dude JJ up here.
Yeah.
How you feeling about that?
Very reminiscent of the Phantom character we saw earlier, and there she is. Yeah. I love this outfit. I love how everything looks with the Phantom, so I'm loving this one.
And of course, we've got innerwear, we've got basewear, we've got outerwear, we've got cast parts. We've got a lot.
That looks so sick, actually.
I need more cast parts for my alt character, Big the Cast.
Big the Cast, you go fishing?
Oh, all I do is fish with him. I love it.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
That's amazing.
Very cool. Well, we've got a lot of different parts here. Yes, they are inspired by kind of like the official art for episode 6 here. And it wouldn't be another Scratch if we didn't have some other different things beyond just outfits. We're going to have accessories here. We got a couple of them right here. Looking good. That water ball's kind of interesting, but look forward to that as well. We've got a couple of hair variants there. Looking good. A couple of more hair variants. One kind of reminds me of our friend Karen Rappy. We got one right there that looks like maybe inspired by a certain pop diva. And we've got some poses here that are kind of reminiscent of the episode 6 art that you see. And if you want to make an entrance to the gate area, there's no better way than that emote right there at the end. How are we feeling about those, y'all?
They're looking very good. I saw someone in the chat say I'm worried about all the Rappies with that water ball. We're probably going to see a lot of Rappies with that.
Absolutely. I've seen y'all with the like really chaotic fashion, just like putting everything you can on. Yeah, the water ball is going to be I'm sure y'all are going to make good use of that going forward. So, of course, I keep saying it. That's not all. If you call now, just kidding. We've got Mission Pass Season 11, and what do you say we take a look at some of these items? What do y'all think?
Let's do it.
Let's check it out.
All right. So Mission Pass 11. Lots of Santa-themed items. I'm loving that hairstyle. Blunt fringe bob. I'm going to be changing my hairstyle to that. Probably IRL and in PSO, but what do y'all think?
I think it's great. The Santa suit, amazing.
I just want the beard.
Santa hat with beard. Nice.
Very cool. And of course, we have some more cast parts. So we've heard you, cast. Don't worry. Lots more parts on the way. All right.
Yeah, two sets this time around. Very nice.
Very nice. Well, I think that's a lot of Yuletide goodness right there. But wait a second. Y'all hear that?
I think I'm hearing something in the background.
What is that?
Oh my goodness. My goodness, we've been visited by Santa Umbra, and he hit us in the face. Wow, ouch.
My face, it's hurting. But
Yeah,
wait, I seem to have gotten something from that.
Oh
weirdly.
my goodness. Well, I think it's time we share the holiday spirit with the chat. What do y'all say?
Yeah, let's hear it, chat. I think Santa
right.
Umbra has a little gift.
I think we have a gift from Umbra.
That's right. So this is another keyword giveaway, and I want to be very, very clear for y'all so you know exactly how to get your items. I don't want any of y'all to miss out. In the in-game chat, so if you're like playing the game, type Rappy Holidays in all caps, one word, Rappy Holidays, and visit the Visiphone to receive these here. We've got the easygoing bun and easygoing mess short. These hairstyles kind of remind me of my parents back in the 90s when we celebrate the holidays, but kind of old school, but it's a good look. It's a nostalgic time of the year. We're going to have an SG 100 ticket, and we're going to have 3 100% try boosts, and you can see the time that you can claim this, so keep an eye out, ARKS. It's going to be a good time.
Yes, in-game, of course. Happy Holidays, one word, in-game. You can say it in chat too, though.
Why not?
It's the holiday season. Happy holidays to everyone. It's good times.
Happy holidays.
All right. Well, let's get right into the next sequence, next segment, whatever you want to call it. Letters from ARKS. We've gotten a lot of letters for this episode. And what we asked was, what is your holiday wish? So, what do you say, JJ and Minnie? Should we get right into it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's see all of the holiday wishes from our great operatives out there.
All right, operatives. Here we have a letter. This is from Sammy Tech Savvy at Sammy Tech Savvy 1 on Twitter. Hope you're watching today. Say hi in the chat if you are. Sammy says this: my best holiday wish is spending time with my friends and family. Also spending time with my fellow operatives as well in PSO2. It's the only holiday wish I ever think about. Oh.
That's so sweet.
That's very wholesome. Just warms my heart to see things like this.
Without a doubt. You know, this holiday season, it may be a little difficult to be close with your friends and family. So it's a good as time as ever to spend time with your Phantasy Star friends and family in-game. Definitely share in the festivities together, play some Episode 6 content. We want to thank Sammy Tech Savvy for your letter. All right, JJ, would you like to read the next one?
Yeah, let's see.
Okie doke, here it is.
All right, this is from Freeman at Freeman135. And I like how you used the 3s and the 4 for your A. Very good.
Leet speak.
We
approve of that over here.
It's great. All right, and they say, I wish for Darkfall's Doodoo and Darkfall's Monica to not drain millions of my Masato during a fixing. Unfortunately, can't promise you that one. It's really how they're feeling. You know, they could be having a good day, bad day. It's up to them. But I'll let them know what you said here.
Well, I believe JJ, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but this holiday wish may have come true a little bit early this year, isn't that right? With some of the recent campaigns we've been running?
It did. So recently, grinding and affixing all that was reduced Meseta cost. Didn't really cost anything. But I believe that is ending. And it will cost Meseta once again after tomorrow's update. So this is a good letter for that.
Certainly. All right. Well, we do have one more letters from ARKS for today. MiniKitty, would you like to read off this next one?
I would be honored.
All right. Here we are.
All right, we have one from Ian Watkins saying, I wish to see Chow-themed items in the future, a Chow mag at the very least, along with continued love and support for my pals in the 4th Floor Alliance on Ship 1. Ian, thank you so much for sending that letter in. I just want to say you deserve all the joy and happiness in the world, and I completely agree. We need more Chow content. I am a huge advocate for Chow, so I'm on your team with this one.
Definitely. Clever ARKS, or perhaps even some hunters out there, may remember that there was a Chow-themed mag and an Omo Chow-themed mag in the original Phantasy Star Online. I personally would love to see those come back. No promises, of course, we're not the devs, but, we always do love to see Chow support. And yes, I did want to also point out the 4th Floor Alliance. That's a PSU reference there, so I see you, Ian.
Yeah, I mean, Chows are awesome. I remember back in the days playing Sonic Adventure 2, doing the Chow Garden. It'd be so cool to have some Chow stuff.
And I mean, PSO Episode 1 and 2 on the GameCube is still the only way you can get a legitimate Tails Chow over here in the States. So PSO, Tails Collab Pack, Tails Chow. Just saying, kind of full circle.
Just saying. Oh my goodness, this episode we've got a Christmas Nights reference, and we've got Chow, Tiny Chow Garden reference. we're making a list of these obscure references and we're checking it twice this episode. I tell you what. All right. Well, thank you, Ian. Thank you so much for your letter. Of course, we'll have more letters from ARKS on the next episode, so be sure to keep an eye out for any sort of social media announcements for future episodes. But I'd say it's a good time to perhaps take some Q&A from the chat. What do y'all say?
Yes.
Yeah, let's see.
Do you have any questions for us? Let's see them.
We're here, and of course, if you're expecting us to announce something new about a new game or something like that, we probably can't talk about it. So, but we are happy to take any questions that we can take, of course.
Yeah, definitely gotta watch what we say. you know how it is.
JJ, Minnie, do either of y'all have a question you can pull up?
Let's see here.
Ooh, chat's going so fast.
Yeah, it's so fast, it's hard to read.
Gotta go fast, of course.
Let's see. What do you want for Christmas? Whew.
Minnie, what do you want for Christmas? What's your Christmas wish?
Well, now we're talking about chow. I just want chow. Really, I just want all my friends and family to be safe and healthy. As corny as that sounds, I haven't gotten to see a lot of them, as I'm sure many of you haven't, for many months. So I just wish everyone well.
I'd have to agree with that. How about you, JJ?
Sorry, what?
What do you want for Christmas or holidays or whatever you're celebrating?
I just want, stay safe. Everyone I know, be safe, hang out, and just have a good time. That's really what it's all about for me. And maybe play a little PSO2,
I was about to say, of course, ARKS, we wish you all the safety and happiness in the world, and Oracle, for this season. Do we have a time for maybe a couple more questions here?
Yes, I do see someone on Twitch saying, wait, where do we use the Rappy Holidays? You put that code in chat in PSO2, just go into the lobby, put it in Say Chat, and just check the Visiphone right after, and you should have these nice gifts.
That's right. In-game, Rappy Holidays, all caps, one word, and check the Visiphone after you say that for these lovely items you see here. Okay. Any other questions from the chat here?
I did see someone mention the new summoner pets. Yes. With episode 6, there will be 2 new summoner pets. Definitely check out our website over at the What's New in Episode 6 for that. So all summoners out there, you will be getting 2 new, just straight up pets that you can play around with.
Oh, that's exciting.
Definitely. I'm sure everyone is excited for episode 6. Want to thank you for your continued support. Let's see here. Looks like we've got time for one more question. Minnie, JJ, do either of y'all have one here?
I see a few people mentioning Divide Quest, which I can confirm will be happening at some point during episode 6's run here. So didn't get to show it off today, but Divide Quests, they will be coming. Don't worry about that.
Stay tuned. All right.
Also, just reminders, because I always have to remind myself, trade in your Thanksgiving badges by tonight before maintenance. Finish your mission past 10 because 11 is coming tomorrow. Buy the Sonic pack if you haven't already. It's going to change to the Tails pack soon. You can get some good boosters from it. I feel like there was something else. Oh yeah, Designer Dream 2 tickets. That's also going away. So if you have any of those, make sure to trade that in.
All good advice. All very, very good advice. And with that, I think it was a pretty good episode, wouldn't y'all say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Episode 4 of ARKS Hour done. Episode 6. Amazing content. We hope you all enjoyed it.
Certainly.
Yeah. It's been wonderful to be on.
Of course, I was about to say, thank you so much, MiniKitty, for being our guest today. If people want to learn a little bit more about what you do, what would you tell them? Where can they find you?
You can find my personal Twitter at KatieChrz. That's KatieChrz. Or I think you can just probably search MiniKitty on Twitter and you should be able to find me. Or even better, just go follow the Sonic channels. You'll see me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube.
All right.
Awesome.
So that's ARKS Hour for 2020. Of course, we'll be back in 2021. We look forward to seeing all of you again very, very soon. I'm sure there may be more Sonic streams in the new year as well, so you haven't seen the last of any of us. But, that's ARKS Hour episode 4. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. Look forward to episode 6, and thank you so much. Any final words, either of y'all?
Yes. Just thank you all for watching. It's been a crazy year. Weird year for everyone, and we're just so glad that we were able to get this show together and bring it to you guys and just hang out with the community. And yeah, we just look forward to more episodes coming forward, because I know PSO2 has been a nice place to be in this crazy time. So we hope you've all had a good time watching us, and we look forward to seeing you in the future.
Absolutely. Also, grab some friends and go do some Tiggers.
Exactly. Be sure to run those Tiggers while you can.
Yep. Yep.
Before they go back to being
as many
triggers.
as possible.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much. We will see you next year. It's going to be an even bigger year for Phantasy Star. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks again, MiniKitty. And we wish you a happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everyone.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
I think there's one more question we need to answer before we call it a wrap for today. What do y'all say? Just one more.
What's that?
All right.
I see the question and I have an opinion.
In this corner, he was blue, now he's yellow, and he's got a lot of gems. Supersonic. And in this corner, Profound Darkness. Who would win in a fight? State your case.
I mean, let's be real here. Profound Darkness, 100%. Easy win for him.
Are you serious? Have you seen Supersonic? Have you seen who he's gone up against? Final Hazard, Perfect Chaos, so many bosses. Profound Darkness does not stand a chance.
That's a good point. But, you know, I mean, that fight, when it came out so hard, my alliance was having problems. I don't know. It's... Chat.
Nope.
Who would win?
Nope.
Who would win? Profound Darkness or Supersonic?
I am
Let's hear it in the
standing
chat.
firm in this. Come on, chat. You know it's Supersonic, right?
I mean, all I'm
Profound is
saying...
too slow. What are you talking about? It's huge.
There we go.
All I'm saying is
Supersonic.
there's a reason why they haven't added the Chaos Emeralds to PSO2. It would be too OP if you could equip the Chaos Emeralds.
It's true.
I'm seeing a lot
Alright.
of Supersonics, you know. You might be right on this one.
Well-
Maybe. Oof.
Mr. Hedgehog is my boss, so I'm inclined to say Supersonic, but, you know, Phantom Darkness is a good pal of the show as well, so, you know, perhaps we could answer this next episode. But again, happy holidays, y'all. And thank you so much for coming to ARKS Hour Episode 4.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. We hope you have a great holiday season.
All right, thank y'all. Bye-bye.